The story began on a dull, gray Tuesday morning at the Dursley residence on Privet Drive. Mr. Dursley spotted a tabby cat reading a map. Mr. Dursley encountered a group of cloaked individuals whispering excitedly. "Have you heard? The Potters." Yes, the boy survived. During lunch break, Mr. Dursley saw more people in cloaks and noticed flocks of owls flying in broad Davliote. V.R. Durs have bumped into a idle, old man Wyrena, a violet cloak. You know who has been defeated? Even Woggle's IQ should be celebrating. That night, news reports mentioned owl infestations across the country and meteor showers in Kent. In the dead of night, a long-bearded old man appeared on Privet Drive. Using a magical device called the Deluminator, he extinguished all the street lamps. Dumbledore encountered a woman who had just transformed from a cat into human form, Professor Minerva McGonagall. They discussed I.e. deaths of Lily and James Potter. Poor Lily and Jamesel couldn't believe it when a giant arrived on a flying motorcycle. He brought baby Harry, fast asleep, with a lightning-shaped scar on his forehead, the only mark left from his encounter with Voldemort. Poor little Harry. He survived. Dumbledore ain'tly placed Harney on the doorstep of the Durslev's house, tucking a letter into his blanket, and explained his origins and the existence of the wizarding world. Hagrid kissed Harry goodbye, with tears in his eyes, mounted his motorbike, and vanished into the night sky. Goodbye, little Harry. Meanwhile, the entire wizarding world was secretly celebrating Rye. Sing their glasses in honor of the boy who lived. Harry Potter had lived with the Dursleys for nearly 10 years, staying in the cupboard under the stairs, surrounded by spiders. Duty received 37 expensive gits, but threw a tantrum because it was one less than the previous year. Last year there were 38. I'm going tea. Oh, smash things. The Dursleys had originally planned to take Dudley and his friend Piers Polkiss to the zoo, leaving Harry with old Mrs. Fig, but she broke her leg, which caused quite a problem. The Dursleys reluctantly took Harry along, warning him not to do anything unusual. Remember, no funny business, they said. At the zoo, Harry endured constant bulving from Dudley and Piers, being shoved, hit, and even knocked to the ground. Look at the freak. Even his clothes are rags, they taunted. In the reptile house, Harry found himself alone in front of a massive Brazilian boa constrictor. To his astonishment, the snake winked at him. Harry whispered through the glass, "It must be really annoying being stuck in there." To his shock, the snake nodded in agreement. Being locked up must be really annoying. Dudley and Piers noticed the snake moving and roughly shoved Harry aside, pressing their faces against the glass to watch, shouting, "Move it, freak!" Just as they pressed against the glass, it silently vanished. The boa constrictor slithered out of its enclosure, throwing the reptile house into chaos. As the snake glided past Harry, it hissed, "Brazil, here'll come." "Thankses, amigo." The zoo apologized to the Dursleys and offered compensation. "We're terribly sorry this happened." "Well, cover all damages." But Uncle Vernon furiously locked Harry back in the cupboard, punishing him with no meals for a week. "Think about your freakishness." In the darkness, Harry recalled his parents' car crash, remembering only a flash of green light and searing pain in his forehead. Why do Elle always remember that green light? This was the first time Harry consciously used magic, proving that he indeed possessed wizarding blood. Why can Elle talk to snakes? Harney was forbidden from entering the kitchen and could only watch from afar as the Dursleys enjoyed their breakfast. "Dolly, baby, have another sausage." At school, Harry was always isolated. His classmates avoided him and kept their distance because of Dudley's rumors. Dudley claimed Harry had a contagious disease and often bullied him at school with his gang. "Today I'm going to make you taste the dirt." Once, when Dolly was chasing Harry, Harry inexplicably teleported to the school rooftop. How did Elle get up here? Another time, after Dudley pushed Harry over, Harry's hair grew back to its original state overnight. "Mom, the weirdo did something weird again." On the eve of Harry's first birthday, strange letters began arriving at Privet Drive, addressed in the most peculiar way. The first letter, written in green ink, was a narrowly tore up by Uncle Vernon. Don't read it. Never mention this again. The next dave, dozens of identical letters, flooded in through the chimney, door cracks, and even inside eggs. Funong. They've found us, so Funong decided the whole family would flee to a dilapidated house on a remote island for refuge, and see how they can deliver letters there. On the eve of Dudley's birthday, Harry was placed in the darkest corner of the hut. 37 items, and Elle don't even have one. Harry quietly waited for his 11th birthday to arrive. It's just 5 minutes until my birthday. Just as the midnight bell tolled, a giant-like figure emerged from the storm. The giant barged through the door, soaked to the bone but beaming. Finally got ya, Harry. The giant pulled a slightly squashed birthday cake from his coat. Happy birthday, Harry. Sorry about the squishin'. He formally handed Harry the acceptance letter from Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. You're a wizard, Harry.